Welcome to Gary Hobbs, the podcast, episode 8. In the house, Johnny D.
Yes, sir. We're right.
OG. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two. It's just you and me, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Gary Hobbs, the podcast. You're probably listening in Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Amazon Music, GaryHobbs.com, or LaMeraLeona.net radio. They are on 12 p.m. noon on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Gary Hobbs, the podcast. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Hit the like, ring the bell. ¿Y qué, Johnny?
Share. Sharing is caring.
Is caring. Big shout out to sponsors, Domingo Garcia and the Domingo Garcia Law Firm. You can visit domingogarcia.com. Also, CRI Electric in San Antonio, Texas. Big shout out Israel and Christine Garza. Also to Triple J Custom Welding. They are in Seguin, Texas. Big shout out La Familia Bustamante, of course, Juan and Crystal. Yeah. Before we start, I do want to say that, first of all, congrats, you were at the Que Pasa Lounge last Thursday. Dale Play Show Band.
Yes, sir.
I saw a little bit of video.
Yeah.
And then En Mi Mundo.
Did you hear that? Yeah.
No. I think you did well.
Carmen was there.
Carmen was there. No wonder you did it. Big shout out Carmen Ravena. She, of course, wrote En Mi Mundo, Las Miradas, a lot of stuff for us. But it was well. And so we support local bands.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah, definitely.
And next Thursday, Fuerza Tejana, mi compadre Jaime Samago, some of the usual suspects and friends, they are going to be at the Que Pasa Lounge, Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino on the 7th, ¿verdad?
No cover.
No cover. Wow. Good. Hey, pues myself and I, all three of us, last Thursday, we were at Tequilas in San Antonio, Texas. Big shout out, Carlos Perez, always treating us like family. Mi compadre Titín, Luis Gomez, and Celia were there. Big shout out, mi compadre. Also, mi compadre Danny y Silvia Ramirez were in the house, as always, supporting us. Big shout out. Puros compadres. And a dear friend of ours, Albert and Noelia Garcia. They are from Eagle Pass, Texas, high school friends. And they're celebrating their 40th anniversary. So big shout out to Albert and Noelia Garcia. Also, people from Eagle Pass, Texas, La Familia Ramirez, others. It was just a great night. And they seem to be so excited about this sax player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Michael.
His name is Michael Ramos.
Yeah, and he's pretty good.
He had his own crowd there. I think he had more people than we did. It's like, well, now I got to meet his mom. Such a lovely lady. It was a great night at Tequilas last Thursday. Then Friday, we were in H-Town, Houston, Texas. We were at Dorado, VIP, with Tejano Loco in the house. Some regulars always support us. Roland and Annette Flores. Bobby, Narcy Stokes. Who else was there? Other people, but we want to thank them for joining us at Dorado VIP. Now, Saturday, by popular demand, I was off.
Okay.
I didn't want to be off, but by popular demand, I was off. And I did get to see a very different friend of ours, family, in fact. Jaime Almendares had dinner with him, so it was good spending some time with him. And Sunday, we were at Kima, Texas. We were at Kima Boardwalk. It was Tejano Nights, the finale of the season. So we got to be in Kima, Texas on Sunday. And, of course, Rita and Johnny Garcia, Easy Night Limousine, H-Town, were in the house. Of course, Roland and Annette Flores. A lot of Tejano cruisers. Cruisers. Big shout out DJ Erico and, of course, Max on the sound. They did great. And since I said a lot of Tejano cruisers were in the house, and they were.
I was going to tell you, last Thursday, we had some Tejano cruisers, too, there.
They're all over.
Yeah.
They're all over. But to all our Tejano cruisers, Gary Hobbs Family and Friends, cruise number 8, coming January 31st, February the 7th, 2027.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a long time, but these things book up de repente so fast. But, of course, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, new ship for number 8, Symphony of the Seas. Yeah. You can call Happy Mireles 469-450-1168. Happy Mireles, or exclusive travel agent. Happy Mireles 469-450-1168. Got a payment plan available and no passport required. Now everybody, Johnny. But who's on the lineup?
Yeah, who is? Yeah.
The last 6, we've hit 600 people, close to 700 people, gracias a Dios.
Sí.
And everybody, and all of a sudden, but who's on the lineup? No, I tell you what, we are gunning down Stephanie Montiel. So Gary Hobbs, we're going to try and get him on board too. The usual suspects, but we are negotiating with 2-3 bands as we speak. But of course, you can call Happy Mireles for information, 469-450-1168. Gary Hobbs Family and Friends Cruise number 8.
Who would our audience want on the cruise?
Sorry?
I wonder who the audience wants on the cruise. I wonder.
Well, that's it. That's a very good thing. But it's sort of like, it's sort of like social media.
Uh-huh.
Ahorita, somebody will put, who is the best singer that sang with whoever, right? And they'll start mentioning anything.
True.
Who's the best Tejano singer? And then somebody's not Tejano. I mean, like I hate those polls.
Yeah.
Like a radio station will say, who is the best Tejano band? And sure, I mean, they're gonna say who they want, right? But but their opinion. But when you say, somebody that's not even Tejano,
I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah,
Those polls. I kind of got upset once, and I won't mention who it was, but I think it was FTP Productions, First Tejano Promotions. They put something. Who would you rather see, Gary Hobbs or Chente Barrera? And I go, wow, put me on the spot, Bato. I mean, if to be honest, I may have won, maybe by a vote or two, but I think we did win, right? But I thought, why would you pit somebody against somebody like that? It's like, who would you rather see, Garth Brooks or George Strait? Now that is a very interesting question.
Yeah.
And I get it, Chente Barrera or Gary Hobbs, I get it, but I feel like it's like if I go on my social media or on some kind of a podcast like Gary Hobbs, the podcast, and I say, who plays the best Tejano music and who is the best radio station?
Yeah.
Who's the best DJ Tejano of all time? You're going to get some butthurt people, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you're going to say, no, pues a mí me gusta. Who's the best podcast? And, well, we're just informative, right?
True.
But I mean, again, we're going back to who's going to be on the cruise. But believe me, anybody that has cruised with us, my wife Diana and I, we've been putting on these cruises now. And we're always thinking about Tejano music. Tejano music, Johnny, to me, is not just about Tejano rancheras. Of course not. But it does include it, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because nowadays, it's all cumbias, man.
True.
Oh, it's all slower tempos. It's all good. I love music in general. Personally, I just listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire live in Barcelona, 1980-something. The sax player, Andrew Wolf.
Oh, yeah,
folk.
definitely.
Oh, my God. ¿Verdad?
Tremendísimo.
Yeah. But let's go just straight to the segment, ¿verdad?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that's a good topic next time.
Yeah.
Why the polls? Who is the best Tejano singer? And what is the best Tejano song of all time?
I just read.
And Tejano, okay, but again, in Tejano, you can encompass conjunto too.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Tejano and conjunto. And I've always said this. I love how conjunto people really support, and I mean loyally to the death, how they support conjunto music. Okay, but that's a good segment next time, about the polls. But right now, question, social media or music, la música, social media or music star? Now, honestly, it could be both. Older guys like me, we have some kind of presence on social media. But I think right now, there are so many very talented young cats, dudes, artists, including male and female, that have so much potential. But I think they just worry too much about the likes.
That's true.
And not about just enough music. And okay, so I'm 65 and I'm overweight. Hey Johnny, I need to do something about my weight. You want to go run
Let's
with me,
do
ahorita?
it. Vamos.
Let's go. Okay, okay. But the young male and female, you know, I think that to be the overall package, the whole package, you got to think about the music. You got to think about your craft. You got to think about your looks. You got to think about, wardrobe and, someone like me is 65 and I'm looking at all of this, and because I know they're looking at us.
Sure.
You don't think I don't see how other bands color coordinations or all of a sudden jackets and shirts and stuff, they're not, well, to be clear, I've been wearing Barabbas, just so everybody will know, Barabbas clothing for a good 7-8 years, Barabbas. And now we see a lot of people with Barabbas.
Oh, yeah.
But
True.
I think Barabbas needs to fork it over with me.
Even Dale Play, yeah.
Well, no, but social media or music star, I think they need to, these bands need to try and get a new sound, the edge. I mean, cumbia seems to be more open to a lot of different things, no? But they put reggaeton in cumbias and doble güiros and doble sinceros cowbells and in Tejano, how do you reinvent it? Well, I think it, again, I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. Bobby Pulido in a podcast said that you got to look for the right song.
True.
And I think he's very right. Very right. I think he's 100% right. You got to look for the songs. Sometimes we can't find material, Johnny. And we start writing BS stuff that gets on the tracks. And I have done that many, many times. So, again, if I give you advice, it's not because I want to make it look like I'm better than you. It's just that I've done so many mistakes along the way that, that maybe you should just listen to me,
Yeah.
And it's up to you if you want to do it or not. But music is very important. Your looks, the wardrobe, the people want to, it's showbiz, Johnny.
Yes, true.
It's showbiz, like what we were talking about, that there's some ladies and guys out there that are very worried that I'm not growing gracefully. Maybe the dyeing of the hair, I don't know. They think I've had plastic surgery. Oh my God. It's called filtering the pictures. It's, thank God for Adobe Photoshop and all that stuff. Thank God. Pero it's showbiz. People pay something and they wanna see a show. They wanna see algo. You just can't get up there in chanclas and Crocs. And some of these artists, they don't care.
True.
They think it's just about getting up there and performing, but
They got out of work. Y así se van.
well, nothing against Crocs, but and no, I can hear those haters in the back. I'm not gonna talk about white tennis shoes. No, that's again, so many people rattle me because he doesn't let them wear tennis shoes. So of course not. This is my band. This is not your band.
Yeah.
You don't agree? Was just go make your own band. Good luck. But I think it depends on the genre, ¿verdad? You're in alternative music or punk, and you see tennies and Crocs. You see everything, but you're not going to be playing for a symphony, wearing shorts.
True.
Wearing shorts and a white T-shirt. Not even on pajama day or something like that. A symphony, you're not. You are who you are, but you are where you work. You just gotta keep up with where you work.
Yes, true.
But social media or music star now, it's very important today. Very important. Presence on social media. Man, I was never on TikTok till about a year ago. And I know you told me years ago, and it's sort of like this podcast. You told me years ago, and you kept telling me social media. Well, now it's to the point that you really do have to.
Yeah.
How do people keep up with you? Where you're gonna work? Where you're gonna play? Te vas a presentar? it is just so important. And videos now. Now, the one thing I haven't gotten into is what do you call them? Reels and stuff like that. I hate that. I know it might be necessary for a lot of bands now or young bands but your reels. I'm here at HEB getting my getting my fix. It's just like, dang. I mean, there's just something people don't need to know.
True.
Now, this is my opinion. But again, social media star or music star, I'll take the music anytime. But to be a music star, you need to do your homework. You need to look for good material. And a question I'm gonna, before I leave it to you, something for another segment is why Johnny? Why, with all the resources today, social media, why does all of these young artists with so much talent, because they do, I could probably, if I could see a list, but there's bajito la mano 15, 20 young female singers that I think they should be on the road, and there's a lot less male singers, but there are. But why all these singers, the majority that don't have a band on the road right now? It's hard.
It's hard.
The economy, la economía, I get it. But with all the resources, the platforms, the digital platforms, and you can promote yourself, but why don't they have a band? ¿Verdad? That's another segment. Pero what do you think? You already interjected. Pero social media star or actual music star?
Music star, of course.
Oh, because you've been a musician all your life.
True. Well, most of it, yeah. And you know what? I'm pretty bad. I'm like you were mentioning. I'm pretty bad on social media. Maybe that's why my band isn't doing as good as I wish it was.
Well, no. The thing about you is that you're local in the sense that all your players have a job. True. And they work. Maybe that's something why these young singers, to compensate them. Yeah, it's hard to have a band. To have a full-time band. I've been blessed that, I have full-time musicians, and some of them sometimes pick up work during the week, but they're full-time with us, and I'm blessed. So big shout out to the usual suspects, all of them. Pero you're not the only one having problems. I've had to learn how to post things, man, and how to and oh my God, it's really necessary. But today it's content. Oh my God, it's like I can't even go to the bathroom a gusto anymore. I have to, I have to think content. Social media.
Well, that this weekend that I was talking to Eddie, Eddie, shout out to Eddie Jimenez. Yeah, we were talking about that.
And Jaime Jimenez.
Jimenez, yes. Shout out to them.
And Little Eddie.
And Little Eddie, yeah. And Junior. Hey. No, we were talking about that. Because I was co-pilot with him, going all the way to Houston.
So our audience know that you helped the Crazy Pimps that Saturday. They were in H-Town, right?
Yes, they were in H-Town, yeah. Shout out to H-Town también. And we were talking about all this social media stuff.
Why'd you make a trip with the Pimps and you don't make a trip with us? What? It's all about the money or what? I thought we were friends. Okay, then. I'm sorry.
No. This time it was about the money, but it's usually not. But no, we were talking about this.
Hashtag screw Gary.
Anyways, and it's very we're talking about all this social media stuff and
but Eddie's great at that.
Yes, he is actually.
Eddie, the Crazy Pimps are great at social media.
I was picking his brain about
and they have a lot of good music. And Eddie started more like conjunto, right?
Yes,
and he picked up the sax, and he's just we need to do an interview with Eddie. Bring him in, ¿verdad? But and then Eddie picked up the sax because he's that guy. He can play several instruments and stuff like that. He even plays keyboards.
Yes.
¿verdad? Pero Eddie is excellent at social media, man. Of course, he does graphics and videos, and he does
his
it
own
all.
Recording. Yeah.
His brother Jaime is the same. He can play anything, instrument. He's got his own podcast and stuff like that. But big shout out to Crazy Pimps. But social media, it's something that I want to be a social media. I just think again, se enfocan they focus a lot on the likes and content, but you gotta back it up with great music.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and then again, sort of like what Bobby said, doing original stuff. Now, Bobby did say something that I kind of like. If you're in the band, you just can't be playing in Texas. Just Texas. And excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not that we just want to be in Texas. I've done like 30-something states, Johnny, in my career. But some of those states don't call you back, or they call you back and, oh, yes, I want you to come to Peoria, USA, and we got $1,500. Cállate.
Sí, no.
What's wrong with you, dude?
No
Doesn't even pay the Fritos on the way up. But again, so Bobby,
Jay-Z would not go for that amount.
no, he won't. But again, it really is about finding music and original music. And with me, man, that's what started to happen when we went to, with Luis Silva. We did 1988, Un Momento. It was all original. The following CD. I wrote the whole one, El Tejano Internacional. That didn't get anything, but I wrote the whole 10 songs. But from there, ahí salió Ámame y Bésame. De ahí salió Vas a Pagar. Well, those songs, they still got played,
yeah.
But when we went to Emmy, it was like, oh my God, it was a bigger platform. And so now, ever since then, we got to look for original material, man. Yeah. Original material, that's where it's at. Young cats, that's where it's at. But social media, very necessary, but again, we're not sacándole la garra a anybody.
No.
But I just think those that it's just very obvious that they're on social media quite a few times a day. But do your homework, Look for that material. Mm-hmm. Try and get a band on the road. It's not just, reels, and people want to see, And why? Because they do have talent, Johnny.
Yes.
They have a lot of talent. Hey, this is Gary Hobbs, the podcast, episode number 8. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas, and we'll be right back.
Yeah. Welcome back to Gary Hobbs, the podcast.
Thank you, Johnny D, the OG.
Yes, sir.
Johnny Davila.
Just the two of us.
OG, old Gary. Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Hey, on our Today's Tejano segment, we have music by Juan Treviño. He's from H-Town, Houston, Texas. He is a 2-time Latin Grammy winner. Phenomenal songwriter, phenomenal singer. Oh my God! And he arranges, he records, he's engineer. And he wrote a song. He writes a lot of great songs, but he wrote a song, Renacer. Of course, it's on Penfo Music. This is Juan Treviño with Renacer.
cerrado. Hoy estoy bien, he vuelto a renacer. Fácil, pero ya lo superé. Esta memoria solo me hizo comprobarlo, que con el tiempo las heridas han cerrado. Hoy estoy bien, he vuelto a renacer.
Juan Treviño, Renacer. Phenomenal singer. He sings really high,
Yeah.
man.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Really good, really good, really good. Renacer, Juan Treviño, H-Town. Now, Juan Treviño also wrote Soy Libre from our new album on Freddie Records. He also wrote A Que No Te Das Cuenta. And he wrote Como Arte de Magia, 3 songs on our new album, Freddie Records, Soy Libre. You know I had to plug that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I heard them. They're good.
This is our show, right? So we good to...
Definitely.
No, but he's a phenomenal writer and singer. That's Juan Treviño, Renacer. On our Today's Tejano segment, Gary Hobbs, the podcast. We'll be right back. Before we leave, Johnny D.
Yeah.
The OG, old Gary in the house. Gary Hobbs, the podcast. Now, August 2nd, we are in Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Texas. Amarillo, Texas. Private event. Johnny, Amarillo twice in 3 weeks. When we hadn't been there in a long time. Blessing.
Yeah,
I was born
definitely.
in Amarillo, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Those of you that are in Amarillo, I was just a baby, but I lived in an apartment complex at the corner of Lincoln and 6th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. August 2nd, Amarillo, Texas, private event. Now, August the 9th, Dallas, Fort Worth Metroplex. We are back in Dallas. The Longhorn Ice House. Please let everybody know. We need a big crowd. August 9th, Dallas, Texas, Longhorn Ice House. August 14th, Clovis, New Mexico. New Mexico Curry County Fair. We're with Control. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, with Control. They're great. August 14th, Clovis, New Mexico. Now, August 16th, we are in Weslaco, Texas. Rio Grande Valley, the RGV, Mustang Lounge. And you can bet that in the afternoon, I will be hitting Cito's Restaurant for sure.
Yeah.
Big shout out, La Familia Castañeda. Now, August 22nd, Houston, Texas, with our dear friend Tejano Loco, Bees Island reunion at the Hangout. August 22nd. Please write it down. August 23rd, Dallas, Texas. We are at a private event. And August 30th, San Angelo, Texas, with St. Margaret Catholic Church. And August 31st, Elgin, Texas, Sacred Heart Church. These are festivals, of course, August 30th and August 31st. Reminding everybody that our websites, GaryHobbs.com, also GaryHobbsCruise.com, our social media sites, Facebook, Gary Hobbs Official, Facebook, Gary Hobbs Página Oficial, Instagram, Gary Hobbs Official, and on X, Gary Hobbs Official, and Gary Hobbs.official TikTok.
Watch out for all those bad ones.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of bad ones. But once again, our Family and Friends Cruise number 8, we have started registration. Now, for those that are still asking about 7, we're at capacity.
Yeah, true.
We're at capacity. But our Gary Hobbs Family and Friends Cruise number 8. January 31st through February 7th, 2027. Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. We have a payment plan, no passport. Call Happy Mireles 469-450-1168. Of course, our sponsors, big shout out to them, Domingo Garcia, the Domingo Garcia Law Firm, CRI Electric in San Antonio, Texas, Triple J Custom Welding in Seguin, Texas.
Yeah.
And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell, and what?
And share.
Please share. Gary Hobbs, the podcast. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas. Hasta la próxima semana. Dios los guarde, Dios los cuide. Till next week. God bless. We love you. Say bye, Johnny.
Later. Peace.
Bye, Johnny. Just the two of us.